Still uploading random voice samples and waiting for gigs to roll in? That strategy doesn't work in 2025, and it's costing you money. The voiceover world has changed, and the real opportunity isn't in chasing big studios or commercial agencies anymore. Right now, the biggest demand is coming from everyday content creators and fast-growing online businesses. People publishing daily on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, podcasts, and even AI-generated platforms. And they're hiring voiceover talent who understand speed, clarity, and how to deliver for the digital world. In this video, I'll show you 5 booming voiceover niches that are paying freelancers consistently, even if you have no agent, no studio, and no audience. We'll break down who's hiring, what they need, and how to use AI tools to streamline your process and stand out fast. If you're serious about making money with your voice, this is where you start. Niche 1. Let's start with the one that's grown the fastest and continues to lead the way. YouTube Faceless channels. These channels are everywhere now. If you've ever watched a video on topics like financial advice, productivity, celebrity news, life hacks, or even history summaries, chances are you've come across one. They're called Faceless channels because the creators behind them never appear on screen. Everything is built around visuals, text, and voiceover. The voiceover is what makes the whole thing feel human and trustworthy. And this is exactly why voiceover work is such an important part of their process. Most of these creators are running 1 or more channels and publishing several videos per week. Some post daily. They're constantly working through scripts, editing visuals, and uploading to stay relevant. But recording voiceovers slows them down. They either don't enjoy recording their own voice or they're not confident in how it sounds. Others simply want to automate or delegate everything that isn't editing. So they look for voiceover freelancers who can help them keep up with their publishing schedule. Now, it's important to understand how AI fits into this space. A lot of these creators are experimenting with tools like ElevenLabs and Murf AI to generate their own voiceovers. These tools let you type in a script, choose a voice, and create an audio file in minutes. But here's the catch. Even though the quality of AI voices has improved, they still miss something. They can sound too flat or too predictable. When a viewer watches a 10-minute video, that robotic quality can sometimes become tiring. Many creators know this and are willing to pay for either a real human voice or for someone who can produce better AI voiceovers using those tools. Someone who can tweak tone, fix pacing, and clean up the audio so it sounds more natural. As a freelancer, you can offer either option. You can use your own voice to record the scripts, or you can help creators generate, edit, and deliver polished AI voiceovers using ElevenLabs or Descript. Either way, you're solving the same problem. You're helping them create more videos in less time without sacrificing the quality of their voice. And when you get this right, it turns into repeat work. These creators don't need you once. They need you weekly or even daily. That's why this niche continues to be one of the most profitable and consistent sources of voiceover income today. Niche 2. Now, let's talk about course creators. This is a group of online professionals who sell their knowledge in the form of digital training. These could be coaches, teachers, business consultants, or anyone who builds online courses to teach a specific skill. As more people shift to working remotely or building online businesses, the number of courses being produced is only going up, and every course needs a voice. Most course creators want their material to sound clear, calm, and confident. They don't want their lessons to sound rushed or uncertain, especially if they're selling the course for a premium price. But not everyone is comfortable recording their own voice. Some course creators have a strong accent and worry that it might be hard for their audience to follow. Others just don't want to spend hours recording and editing. This is where you come in. Voiceover freelancers are helping course creators by taking their scripts, or even their slide presentations, and turning them into full-length narrated lessons. That means reading with clarity, setting the right tone for the topic, and keeping a consistent pace. A voiceover that's too fast makes it hard for learners to follow along. A voiceover that's too slow becomes boring. The right voice makes a course feel easier to learn, and that has a direct effect on how students feel about the content. Sometimes the client will give you a script. Sometimes they'll record a rough version of the lesson and ask you to re-record it with better sound. In both cases, you're making their course more professional. And if you can use tools like Descript or CapCut to time the audio with their slides or video, your value goes up even more. You're not just reading, you're helping them finish and polish the product they're going to sell. And when they launch the course successfully, guess what? They'll come back to you for the next one. Niche 3. The third niche you should understand is audiobooks. There are thousands of self-published authors releasing books on Kindle every month, and many of them are looking for ways to turn those books into audio versions. Audiobooks give them access to a wider audience, especially those who prefer to listen rather than read. But narrating a whole book takes time, energy, and technical skill. That's why authors often look for freelancers who can do it for them. Recording an audiobook isn't the same as doing a short voiceover. You need to maintain consistency across hours of reading. Your tone, pacing, and energy need to stay steady, and you need to understand the difference between reading and storytelling. A flat read makes the book hard to follow, but too much energy can feel distracting. Most authors are looking for something in between, clear, expressive, but easy to listen to. Now, some authors are trying to use AI narration for their books. Platforms like ElevenLabs can produce long-form audio with decent results, but listeners still prefer human voices, especially for fiction or emotional content. There's something about hearing a real person that builds a connection and keeps attention. So even as AI gets better, many authors still look for freelancers who can bring their book to life in a human way. That said, some authors want a hybrid approach. They might want a real voice for the intro and conclusion, and AI for the rest of the book. Or they might ask for help producing an AI version and then editing it to remove mistakes. If you understand how to use these tools and can offer clean, professional quality audio, you can work on both sides of this space. Audiobook work can take longer, but it also pays more. And one book often leads to more, either from the same author or others they refer to you. Niche 4. Now let's shift to a slightly different type of content, podcasts. Podcasts are still growing, and more creators are entering the space every month. A podcast doesn't always need a full narrator, but it does need a clean, professional sound. Most shows start with an intro, end with an outro, and include a few sponsor messages. These are short, scripted segments that set the tone for the show and communicate key information. A good intro makes the show feel polished. It introduces the host, the topic, and what the listener can expect. A good outro helps wrap things up, directs the listener to take action, or promote something. And a good ad read helps the podcast earn money. Many podcasters don't want to record these segments themselves every time, or they want a voice that sounds different from the host, especially for ads. That's where freelancers come in. Some podcasters want custom intros for each episode. Others use a template and just update the content now and then. If you can deliver clean, well-paced voiceovers that match their brand, they're likely to work with you again. And since most podcasters release episodes on a regular schedule, this can lead to recurring work. Some will also ask for help editing the audio, adding music, or syncing everything together. If you can do that, or at least work with tools like Descript or CapCut to prepare the files properly, you become an essential part of their process. Niche 5. Last, let's look at explainer and tutorial videos. These are videos used by software companies, online platforms, service businesses, and coaches to help people understand how something works. The goal is usually to walk someone through a process: how to use an app, how to set up an account, how to follow a specific set of steps. And the key to a good explainer video is a clear voice that's easy to understand and matches the visuals on screen. These videos are often short, but they have to be precise. If the voice and the visuals don't match, the viewer gets confused. If the voice is too fast, people miss details. If it's too slow, they lose interest. That's why businesses look for voiceover help. They want someone who can deliver steady, instructional narration that's timed correctly to the video. This is especially important in SaaS companies, where customers expect clear support and quick answers. A good tutorial video can reduce support tickets and make a product feel easier to use. Coaches also use these videos in their programs and on their websites. They may use them to teach clients how to use tools, follow a framework, or complete a task. A good voiceover makes their brand feel more professional and helps clients feel more supported. If you can deliver this kind of work, you become part of their content team. And since most of these creators and businesses update their videos regularly, there's usually repeat work available. In all 5 of these niches, what people really want is clarity and speed. They want a voice that helps them get their message across without extra work or technical issues. They want to know they can count on you to deliver audio that's clean, timed well, and easy to follow. Whether you're using your own voice or producing AI voiceovers for them, your goal is the same: help them sound better, faster. Which of these niches are you considering entering? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.